Blackrock Silver says its Tonopah West project is one of the highest grade silver deposits in the world and in the mining safe jurisdiction of Nevada. I'm with Andrew Pollard, CEO. Andrew, welcome to Kitco.
Man, it's good to be here. Thanks.
Frame us what you're doing at Blackrock and also talk about this resource estimate.
Yeah, so we just put out our maiden resource estimate, and this isn't a new discovery, it's a rediscovery. Tonopah West 100 years ago, the Tonopah Silver District's the reason why Nevada is known as the Silver State to this day. It's one of the reasons why Nevada has seats in the Senate. And what we've done is we've gone in about 90 years after production shut down in the district, when metals prices tanked going into the Great Depression. Effectively, we're the first group to consolidate this district, the first group to ever drill it. In the old days, the historic old timers, they did no drilling. They just mined these veins right from surface and followed them down along strike and underground. And well, we're just picking up right where others left off. And 90 years later, we're showing that the last chapter is yet to be written on this. We just put out a maiden resource based on 120,000 meters of drilling in the last year and a half. 42.5 million ounces of silver equivalent, and that's just silver and gold. So we've got about 20 million ounces of silver, 238,000 ounces of gold, but with grade. This is an industry where grade is king. I don't want the biggest deposit, I want the highest margin one, and this looks like absolutely one of the richest silver discoveries in recent years. We're averaging 446 grams per ton, which makes us the highest grade resource stage project in the silver business.
Andrew, maybe you could talk about why Nevada is a good place to work.
Yeah, well, listen, Nevada's always consistently ranked in the top 1, 2, 3, based on the Fraser Institute rankings. It's because, rule of law, you don't have to deal with cartels, there's no blockades, nothing, it's an open carry state. Now, BLM land in Nevada is good, but we've got patented claims, meaning it's private land. And it's one of the reasons why this project has sat in purgatory since production shut down 100 years ago. These, silver was $1 an ounce in 1923. By 1932, it was 25 cents. Everything went belly up, and these private claims went into receivership, and they were picked up in 1930 out of Chapter 11 and held by one family ever since. And then it was consolidated in 2020. That's when we picked up the project. And man, it's been hiding in plain sight all this time. It's amazing that no one had ever drilled it going into it. And our first drill hole hit about 30 meters of a kilogram per ton silver equivalent. And man, we haven't looked back since.
What's your infrastructure like?
Yeah, it's, a lot of companies talk about water or electricity or whatever. We're, the highway that connects Vegas to Reno cuts across our 2 deposits, which we've just scoped out. We've got one of our drill rigs set up behind a Comfort Inn and Suites and a Burger King right now. So it's about as mining projects go, it's too good to be true. It's easy to get drillers to work out because they can roll out of bed, go to site, then go to the bar, all within the same 50 paces.
Andrew, I've known you for a while from your background with human resources in the mining scene, but maybe talk about the whole team at Blackrock.
Yeah, well, listen, I came into Blackrock originally as an investor. It was, I wrote a check into it in 2018. I used to put together management teams for a living, and I'm embarrassed to say, I guess I didn't really look too closely at the people involved at the time. There's no malice. It just didn't work out right. But good projects get broken by the wrong teams all the time. And I figured this is I had a particular set of skills. So I went about, I rolled up my sleeves when the stock was about 3 cents and $1.2 million market cap in May of 2019. And I just went about opening up my little black book and reconstituting the board and bringing on some big hires. First hire I made, aside from myself, was Bill Howell. And Bill is a Nevada guy. He used to be head of exploration for Placer Dome. He had oversight over everything in Nevada and South America, added over 100 million ounces of gold in his career. And he was the linchpin. It was Bill who generated our Tonopah opportunity, which we optioned about 6 months later. And we went from 3 cents to $1.60 in about a year and a half. And here we are now. We've got First Majestic Silver as one of our key shareholders. Eric Sprott's our largest shareholder. We've gone on to raise $50 million. But what we are now versus what we were when I joined was we're backstopped by the highest grade ounces in the ground in the industry. And we've got a clear path to grow the thing. I mean, our model's never been more refined. We've got money in the bank. and we're just drilling away. And this gives us a good platform to grow it. So yeah, it's amazing that no one been in there in 90 years. But I'm happy it's me who's getting to revitalize it.
You announced the maiden this month, so what's going to be the milestones over the next 12 months, Andrew?
Drill-driven alpha. So one good thing about establishing baseline credentials is that we know what the ROI is. So for all the ounces we just delivered, it's cost us about 62 cents per ounce in the ground. Obviously, silver and gold have sold off substantially in the last little while. Even at that, we're commanding $2 an ounce in the ground US. So we're getting about 3.5 to 1. Every dollar we spend, we get $3.5 to our market cap. I want to spend more money.
Andrew Pollard, thank you very much for telling us about Blackrock Silver.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Cheers.
He's Andrew Pollard. My name is Michael McRae, and you're watching Kitco Mining.